In Investing 101 today, John BEVER, the founder of Phase 3 Advisory Services, joins us now with what he calls overlooked opportunities in medical companies for COVID treatments. Thanks so much for coming on our show, John, and what can you tell us?
Well, things are constantly changing. That's one thing that we know about COVID. And the FDA actually just recently issued an emergency use authorization for blood plasma. This is a good thing and may even benefit those companies that are working on monoclonal antibodies. We also have recently some news that maybe Trump wants to accelerate approval of the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine. So this just underscores how things change rapidly. We really don't know what is going to be the leading treatment. So therefore, it's really important that you look at diversifying your portfolio and be sure to include small caps if you want to invest in the COVID area from a medical standpoint. There's over 30 companies that are actually doing human trials on vaccines and over 100 candidates. So if you think about trying to pick the right one, that's actually fairly speculative. So you might want to stay with some that are a little bit more diversified, a little larger. Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson. Could also look at Novavax or mRNA. But this is all well known, and the government has awarded billions of dollars to these companies, and so they're well publicized. People know about this, and therefore there's downside risk if not approved. So people should be looking also in some other areas.
What are some of your tips about staying diversified, going into these other areas of the medical arena?
So you could take a look at a therapeutic. There's a couple of companies that are interesting here. So there's one approach that looks at trying to interrupt the viral replication by building fake building blocks for the COVID virus. A small, highly speculative microcap company is BioSig, something that most people haven't heard of. They're actually known for a heart ablation device. They've just come out with a new generation device. So that's the primary focus of the company, but they've actually ended up with a treatment, a therapeutic for COVID, and it is called Merimepidib. It is currently in trial, but what's interesting is it can be taken orally, so it doesn't need to be intravenous. It's oral, can be used on the early diagnosis of COVID, and it actually interrupts the nucleoside guanosine. Now, this is in opposition to Gilead, which is well known, but also in this space, Gilead Sciences, an $82 billion company. They require intravenous use. It is typically used later in stage with more critical patients, and it actually interrupts the nucleoside adenosine. Their drug is remdesivir, well known. They actually just submitted a new drug application. It is called Veklury. That is the actual street name of the drug. And they have thousands of patients that have been taking this drug on emergency use authorization as well as phase 3. So we're expecting some information from Gilead, perhaps even within the next 30 days.
Anything else you'd like to add that investors should be watching for right now in the market?
Things can come out of the blue. There's always something new on the internet in terms of what's happening in other countries and different treatments. Even one that I heard of the other day, ivermectin. So just be careful in this area because there's a lot of moving targets. Don't concentrate. Don't buy on the hype days. Whatever you do, wait for things to settle down. This is a marathon and not a sprint.
Thanks so much, John, for joining us for Investing 101.
Thank you.